Hello, mirrors. So today I'm going to be looking at the collective energy for this new moon that is coming up. I believe it's tonight at 3 o'clock in the morning. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me if I am. But I like to see what type of energies we're working with globally, what's happening on a large scale, and of course in your individual lives, whoever finds this, I do intend for it to resonate. If you're new here, welcome to Law of Attractions and Mirrors Tarot, where we use the cards as a tool to help integrate the fragments of ourselves into one so we can self-actualize into the people we were born to become. With this knowledge, we can begin to manifest all of our deepest desires if we simply take responsibility for our power. If you're new here, I'd love to have you join me and my family, so go ahead and hit subscribe. And also, if you're interested in a personal reading, the information will be down below. The information on the decks I use will also be down below. So I do want to talk really quick about new moons. So it's really powerful to work with the natural cycles, okay, of our planet, of our universe. And so with new moons here, new moons are about manifestation, about bringing new energy in, about creating something, about building. Like, think about how the new moon grows to the full moon, and then full moons are about release. So this is a really great time to do a type of ritual where you write down what you want to manifest. I'll talk about that later, but I do want to kind of see what's going on in general. Okay, yeah, I'm hearing to take these 3 cards. So let's, 4 cards. Okay, 4 cards. We have 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, the Tower in reverse, 2 of Wands in the reverse, and 7 of Cups. Okay, so first of all, energy is shifting majorly right now with this new moon. Things are coming undone is what I'm feeling. With 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, this usually has to do with a power dynamic. So my intuition here is this has to do with the power dynamic of those on a global scale and a national scale that run our country, that run the world. You know, I know that a lot of my audience is not from the United States. But the people behind the scenes, typically they would be in this position of power, right? And not that they still aren't to some degree, but I think it's starting to shift. I think we are becoming more equal in that we understand that together we are very powerful. So there are things that are happening beneath the surface. We have the current BLM, Black Lives Matter protests, and how that's shifting the dynamic. It's making people in positions of authority more, they need to be taking accountability, and this is happening. Of course, we also have the virus that's going around, and there's a lot that's going on there behind the scenes that of course is debatable. It's controversial to talk about, to even question any mainstream narratives. But I do think that even in looking into that, whether or not, whatever your beliefs are, I think a lot of people are looking into the, you know, I hate to call them conspiracy theories, but just the hidden things in the world. So this is what I'm getting. The Tower in reverse. Wow. Honestly, guys, and I know, again, this is controversial to say, I feel like this virus and other things that are happening were meant to be much bigger than they are. Go ahead and look into Aaron Daughtry. He talks a lot about the Great Awakening and all of this. I don't really want to go into that, and I'm not trying to be controversial here, because it doesn't matter if this how you believe this came about or what your beliefs are. I really do feel like this thing that's happening was meant to be a big tower moment, and I think it was. Of course it was. Like, our lives totally changed, and that's what the tower moment is about. It's about this tower falling and just the foundations being shook, everything kind of crumbling so things can build together, build back up, with a firmer foundation. So we're past this. I believe this is the aftermath of the tower. But also, I believe a lot of us had different plans for this year. This is what he's going out. He's looking at the world, and it's very difficult to even travel right now. Of course, this is in the reverse. So, this has happened. The dynamics are shifting to where we're not so dependent. Well, I don't want to even say dependent, but where we don't feel inferior anymore. And now, we're either at the end of the tower moment, which we are, we're more acclimated, I should say, because we're still kind of in that. But now we're used to it. The rubble has kind of cleared, and now we're starting to try to figure out what can we do next. But we're kind of unable to really plan, right? It's really difficult. Like the $600 extra per week for unemployment is supposedly going away at the end of this month if it doesn't get renewed or replaced. So that's going to leave, I believe, 7 million Americans out of, that extra $2,500 every month. And then kids going back to school. Like, there's a lot that's very uncertain. So we can't plan this out. But then we have 7 of Cups, which is just all these options. There's so many things that is happening that needs to be considered and that we can't really plan. Very interesting. But I'm feeling drawn to clarify each card. So 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. Universe, give me clarification on 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. Knight of Cups in the reverse. So the Knight of Cups typically comes in to bring love, to offer love. So this could have to do with the people that are running this world, and that maybe many people have felt were, supposed to be providers, supposed to be, how governments, they're supposed to kind of rule the people and have their best interests in mind. And I think that Knight of Cups coming out in the reverse is really saying that people are realizing they didn't come with love. They didn't come with care. The powers that be don't love or care about those on a smaller scale, the little people, they don't care. And also one of the meanings for Knight of Cups in the reverse, a lot of times is missing the signs, missing what is in front of you. So some of us are realizing this, but then you have the other people that are not able to see, in lies and deception and corruption. I mean, look at all the Jeffrey Epstein stuff and how dark that is. And some people still don't want to look at it, even though it's right in their face. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting all this energy to come up like this, but I'm kind of surprised and pleasantly surprised at that. I want to see why the Tower is in the reverse. Can I get clarification on the Tower in the reverse? I prefer when cards fall out, but I will pick one if I end up doing this for a while. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm getting two clarifications for the Tower. We have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse and the Moon. Okay, so the sense I'm getting here is this Tower moment that happened that we're now moving past, or we're at least in the next phase of. There's a lot that we don't know. There's so much under the surface. Like I was saying with the whole conspiracy theory thing, there's a lot that's hidden. It's even impossible to know the truth. It doesn't matter how much you research or you look into these theories, because we do create our reality. So it's like this wave of possibilities, and nothing is true until it's true. Nothing is true until you have that evidence right in front of you. So even with these theories, if you look at it from a law of attraction perspective, if you look at it on a quantum level, if everything is a wave of possibilities until that evidence comes to you, then we don't really know, and we don't have anything definitive. Even if you look at it from a linear perspective, nobody can know all the truth. And that's what this is about. There's a lot that's hidden from us. Now, with Two of Pentacles in the reverse, it's kind of giving me the Temperance vibe, but kind of in a less romantic or spiritual, or, I mean, this is very, you know, the Pentacles energy. So this is that there's a lot that is being balanced, because Two of Pentacles is unbalanced, okay? So it's like, you know, he's trying to juggle these two pentacles right here, and he's having trouble making sure that they're equal. So this is often comes up when we have a lot of responsibility and we're trying to balance it out and make it happen, okay? So all of this has happened in order to prioritize. So think about how things have changed in life right now, how, you know, a lot of jobs are being done from home, or people have been spending time with their children. There's just obviously so many things that are balancing out, whether or not people are aware of the good that the current world situations have provided. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get clarification on Two of Wands in the reverse. Please, clarification. Okay, we have two more. Wow, okay, Two of Wands in the reverse, and it is clarified by the World and the Seven of Pentacles. So the World is the best, in my opinion, card in the entire tarot deck, because it's like having everything you can possibly want. It's the culmination of life and of every aspect of life. To me, the World is the concept of heaven on earth, of creating heaven on earth. If you could manifest your perfect world, which I fully believe you're capable of doing, you may not believe that. I don't believe it fully, or else it would already be happening, but I'm working on unlocking my blockages towards this, right? So this stuff that's happening, it's not really easy to plan. Sometimes it's better to just put the energy out there. You know, we may not be able to travel right now, or you might not be able to do a lot of things that would normally be an external thing that progresses you forward. So I'm really getting more of the sense of going with the flow, of understanding that as long as you keep this mindset of, you know, everything's going to work out in the end. And I know that's not what a lot of people believe. I personally really believe that with all my heart, because since I've worked on this spiritual journey, right, I've noticed how things come into play, how things end up falling into place, especially after a tower event. And I trust that that's not just happening in my life, it's happening on a global scale. Okay, so then we have Seven of Pentacles in the, I was about to say in the reverse, it's not in the reverse. Don't know why that came up. Seven of Pentacles. So this is him looking at his crops, looking at what he's grown and appreciating them. You know, we don't do this a lot in life. So I think right now the universe is really saying now is the time to look at what you've accomplished, especially over the last few months with all the current situations, or even this year. What have you accomplished this year? How does it look different from your crops of the past, is what I'm hearing. You know, it's not always about planning. That acknowledgement, that appreciation of where you've come from and how far you have come, that will really shift the energy so that new stuff can come in. Because we have Seven of Cups, which is like, there's so many possibilities. Okay, these cards fell. I don't want to take them. There was 3. Kind of hearing I probably should take them, but oops. I'm going to see what pops out. Why is Seven of Cups here? Because I want to get into like a few oracle cards, and this is already about 15 minutes, so I didn't want to pull 3 more cards. Okay, we have the Hierophant in reverse. Wow, okay, great. So Hierophant in the reverse. I love that energy, because Hierophant, it's like the traditional standard, okay? This is, to me, in conjunction with this reading, is really makes me feel like those that have power and have assigned, like, you know, basically the daily grind that everybody goes through. I mean, what are people really expected to do, right? It's like there's a formula that everybody's supposed to follow. Like, you know, when you turn 18, you go to college and you get a degree, and you know, if you're a woman, you get married young, or, you know, you have children, you know, whatever, and you end up at a job where you're working 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours a week, and you know, it doesn't matter if you don't like it. That's what you know, you're due. That's what you're meant to do. Well, this is flipping that idea on its head, okay? Because we have so many choices, and there's so many new directions that we can go. So that's really interesting. So we have Ace of Wands in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. So in the Light Seers Tarot, for Ace of Wands in the reverse, this is often about not feeling inspired to take action, needing to rest, feeling unfocused, and then a time for you to really believe in yourself. So that's what's lying under the surface right now. And that makes sense in addition to all of these cards that are coming out. But I want to do a few oracle cards before I make this too incredibly long. And I want to see what comes out for this new moon. Okay, sorry guys if you hear the vacuum going. My friend's vacuuming something. Oops. Okay, I'm hearing one more. Since we are talking about the moon, I'd like to do these Moonology cards. Okay, if one doesn't want to come out, I'll just... Okay. Let's see what we have. Cool. We have 2 new moons and a full moon. So we have new moon in Aquarius. New moon is in Cancer, I believe, this month. But, you know, these are energies, guys. We have new moon in Aquarius, bring love to the situation. New moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. And full moon in Taurus, your dreams need a practical plan. So if you think about this as a progression, so starting into the next 2 weeks, the next cycle, bring love into the situation. So anything that you are considering building, manifesting, starting, make sure that it is from a place of love. It's not from a place of fear, because these are 2 opposites. The opposite of love is fear. So it's saying work through your fears, which is really great that these would come up together. So whenever you are deciding where you want to move forward this month, this next 2 weeks, think about it from a prospect of love, okay? And infuse that into the situation. Infuse it into your manifestation. I would suggest what I was going to say earlier is a ritual. So starting to make a list of what you would like to manifest the next couple of weeks. Of course, timing is relative. Timing is always shifting. I do not do timelines because I don't really believe in them, but I do believe in working in through the cycles. So you can plant your seeds. Granted, if you're talking about, you know, becoming a famous rapper, it's probably not going to happen in the next 2 weeks. But if you want to start planting those seeds, they can start to grow. And this is what new moons are really good for. So writing down things that you would like to manifest, and imagine them from a love perspective. How can they help you connect with people better? How can they make your life better from a love perspective instead of like a materialistic perspective? Now, when you do manifest, you do have to work through your fears. It's not so simple, like, I want to manifest this. Well, sometimes we have fears attached to the manifestations and why it's difficult to manifest. So things are going to come up if you decide to do something like this, like a type of ritual, or even just setting intentions. These things are going to come up for you to work through your fears. So if, you want to say, for example, be a writer, okay, be a successful writer, and you want to write a book and you want it to be known throughout the world. Well, when people have successful books, okay, they tend to have to talk, to speak, to maybe go on shows, to go in different places where they're going to have to talk. Well, if you have a fear about public speaking, that could be something that is preventing you from eventually reaching that goal. So that's just an example. There's a million other ones. Like, another example I can think of is if you would like to be in a relationship, but you don't love your body and you feel very uncomfortable being intimate. You may really want that relationship, but if you have that fear, that's going to block the manifestation. But when you do set intentions, things come up. So in my first example, you might end up having an opportunity to speak publicly or speak to, a small group of people. You may end up meeting up with a group of friends or doing a Zoom call, and there's a lot of people, and it's just a stepping stone, a way to break through those fears. So that's what happens. So when you set intentions, understand that does happen. And that's okay. It's great. It's part of the process. It's just accepting it and doing it and being brave. So yeah, we have bring love, okay, the 2 new moons, and then finally for the full moon, your dreams need a practical plan. So here at the end, this is where we set our intentions, we work through the fears that come up, and this is a continuous thing, by the way. Then we need a practical plan. So once those energies are set, if you're feeling drawn to do it this new moon, I think it's great. If you feel like you just want to set these intentions now, see what the universe has to bring you, and then during the full moon, make a practical plan, that might be really beneficial for you. So I want to do a couple of these cards, and that's how I'm going to close out. I think this has been a very full reading. If I can sit here and do, every oracle deck I own and make this an hour, but I don't think that anybody wants to listen that much to me. Okay, so I just wanted to pick for some of the energies, and then one more. Okay, we have the initiation, rite of passage. You are going somewhere sacred. So like I was saying, all of this is leading us to something better, to unlocking truth, to connecting to each other, to loving each other, to fighting the system. All of these very positive things that are connected to sacred spirituality. And that's what's happening. This path that we're going through, as difficult as it is leading us to be closer to God, to be closer to each other, to be closer to the universe, which is absolutely beautiful. And then we have yes, just say yes. So this is a lot of times confirmation for a reading. In my opinion, when I pull this, I feel like it's kind of the universe being like, yes, what you've been saying is in alignment. And it also can be a sign for you. What you're thinking now, this is God's way of saying yes, that this is right, this is correct. This can also be a sign that you need to say yes to opportunities, to things that come up, within the next couple of weeks. That's how you break through your fears, like I was saying, so you can put the intentions out there, and then opportunities are going to come to you if you are open to them. And then you say yes, even if it's hard, even if it's scary. What is given to you for a reason. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. If you've enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to know what you guys think about these types of readings, or what you think in general about the content of this reading. If you're interested in knowing when I do post new readings, hit the notification bell, and that will let you know. And as I stated before, my private readings, that information's down below I think that's it, guys. So that's it. I love you.